What's up guys, and welcome back to Software and Audio Solutions. Today we're talking about Call of Duty Warzone, the Pacific map, the latest season out, which is Season 1, the new update for Call of Duty Warzone. Now I'm not going to make this video very long, I'm just going to jump straight into the very important steps that you're going to need to take inside Call of Duty Warzone, inside your Windows settings, and inside your Nvidia control panel settings. And it's very important to change these things because there is new settings inside the Nvidia control panel, especially with the new drivers. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's make this sweet, short and simple and just very easy to follow, and just follow my guidelines and you should be good to go. Alright, let's jump straight into the game and let me show you the settings you're going to need to use. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are running a low-end gaming PC, mid-tier gaming PC to high-end gaming PC, I'm going to go over the settings that you're going to need to use for this new season. Yes, there's different settings that you can change now for this map, and it works perfectly fine depending on the machine that you are running. Alright, so you're going to go to the option menu over here, and you're going to go to graphics and going to go to quality. The first thing you're going to need to do is, this is your own personal preference on the field of view. My own personal preference is 120, and I keep mine at 120. Camera movement, I highly recommend changing this from all the way from default to least, which is minus 50%, which is for everyone out there that's watching this video. Keep it at this. Streaming quality, I highly recommend you put this at low, and keeping it at low because it's actually the best setting that you can have for every single PC out there. It doesn't matter if it's a low-end gaming PC, mid-tier or to high-tier gaming PC. Alright, this one over here, this depends on the machine that you are currently running. If you're running a mid-tier to low-tier gaming PC, keep this at low or at very low. Okay, if you're running a high-end gaming PC, you can put this on high and you should be fine. It does eat a lot of VRAM. As you can see, every time I change this option over here, it starts eating less VRAM. So if you only have a 4 gig version of a graphics card, put this at low or on very low. No, it's not going to make your game look very bad. Don't worry about that. Just change the settings to get better FPS and better performance and less input latency in your game. Right, so change this to very low or on low, or you can put it on normal. Try it out with the machine that you are currently running, depending on the machine that you are running. So ladies and gentlemen, the next step that you're going to need to do is this one over here, which is texture filter Anaesthropic. Alright, so this plays a big role on your graphics card as well, especially right now with the new season. A lot of people are changing this to normal and not putting it on high. If you have a good PC, a high-end gaming PC, you can put this on high. If you have a mid-tier to low-tier gaming PC, put this on normal and just leave it on normal. This one over here, particle quality, I highly recommend you keep this on high because you actually want to see this happening in your game. You do not want to change this. You can if you want to. It's your own personal preference on the machine that you're running, but I do recommend keeping this on high. This one over here where it says bullet impact and sprays, I highly recommend you can either enable this or keep it enabled, or you can disable this as well. So you can disable it to get a little bit of FPS increase, but to be honest with you, it doesn't do much in the game. Right, so this one over here where it says Tessellation, I do recommend that you change this depending on the machine that you are running. Especially depending on the machine that you are running. If you're running a low-end gaming PC, then I highly recommend you change this all the way to disable. Keep this on disable. If you're running a mid-tier gaming PC, you put this on near. If you're running a very high-end gaming PC, you can keep this on all. Alright, this one over here, this is the Gore Effects. Basically, when someone shoots you and your arm flies off or your leg flies off, depending on the machine that you are running. So if you're running a really good high-end gaming PC, you can put this on enabled. If you're running a mid-tier to low-tier gaming PC, you're going to disable this completely. Alright, this one over here, for every single user out there, it doesn't matter if you have a PC that's made up for NASA, you are going to put this on disabled. Alright, you're going to scroll all the way down where it says restart shader installation. Ladies and gentlemen, the optimizing game performance shader installation here at the top, when you launch into the game and it says pack 1, pack 2, pack 3, let it finish. Don't click on anything until it says installation complete, because this can cause FPS stutters, game crashing, dev errors and stuff like that. So please let it finish. If you haven't let it finish, you can click on this option. This is why this option is here, to restart shader installation. Alright, this one over here you're going to keep on 0.00, and this one you're going to keep on 0.00. This one you're going to keep on disabled. depending on the graphics card that you have. Nvidia DLSS is basically for 30 series graphics cards. You can just say 30 series graphics cards. It does work on 20 series graphics cards, but if you have a 20 series graphics card or anything lower than that, disable this. If you have anything higher than that, you can play around with this option, but I do recommend you keep it at disabled. All right, if you have, again, a high-end gaming PC, you can put this on T2 times or T2X or whatever you want to call this. If you have a mid-end gaming PC, you're going to put this at this, so 1 times. If you have a very low-end gaming graphics card, you're going to put this at off. Depth of field, disabled. World motion blur, disabled. Weapon motion blur, disabled. All right, this one over here, shadow map resolution, you can actually put this at low if you have a low-end gaming graphics card. If you have anything higher than a low-end gaming graphics card, put it at normal, or put it at high, or put it at extra, depending on the graphics card that you have. Okay, so I'm just going to keep mine at normal, and it's perfectly fine. Now, a lot of people have different opinions about these two options over here. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, everyone has different opinions on these two options. So keeping it disabled on both of these or enabling it is going to start eating a little bit of VRAM. As you can see at the bottom, it starts eating a little bit of VRAM. But if you have enough VRAM and you have a good enough graphics card, you can enable both of these and keep it enabled, depending on the machine that you are running. So if you do not have the best of machines and you know you don't, disable this. Particle lighting, you can actually keep this on ultra. It does absolutely nothing to your graphics card's VRAM. It doesn't matter what you put it on, so I keep mine at ultra. DirectX ray tracing, it's highly recommended to disable this even if you have a DirectX ray tracing graphics card. I have one and I disable it. This one over here, so ambient occlusion, I keep mine on both and my game looks absolutely beautiful. So screen space reflections, SSR, I highly recommend you disable this as well. Just completely disable it, especially with a new map that's been released. You are going to apply these settings. Once you're done with that, you are going to go to display. Keep this at full screen and always keep this at full screen for less input latency and game freezes and just in general stutters in the game. You do not want to play around with this. The best option is going to be in full screen. You're going to select the monitor that you're currently running and the graphics card that you're currently running. The refresh rate of your monitor, select the highest refresh rate of your monitor. This one over here, I play my game at 1080p resolution. I can put it up to 4K, but I'm not going to do that because I'm going to lose FPS. All right. Dynamic resolution, I highly recommend you put this on disabled. Dynamic resolution frame rate target, you could just leave this like this. Aspect ratio, you're going to keep on automatic. Now, yes, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people play on widescreen monitors and stuff like that, so it's going to depend on which one you select here, depending on the system that you are running. I keep mine on automatic because I play on a 55-inch TV. All right, Vsync, I highly recommend you disable this depending on the monitor that you're running or the display that you're running. If you have G-Sync and all those things, you can enable it and play around with it and figure out if this does anything to do with like your FPS or anything like that in the game by enabling it or disabling it. But I do recommend you disable this. Custom frame rate limit, I keep mine on unlimited. And then brightness, you can change this depending on how the map looks right now. I know it is a little bit bright in this game, so I keep mine now at 50.97. So the WZ you can see a little bit, but not that much, because this new map is quite bright. All right, display gamma, this is a different, completely different thing, because a lot of people have different opinions on this one as well, depending on the monitor that you're running. A lot of people have gaming monitors, normal monitors, and normal displays. I keep mine at 2.2, and it's the best option for me. This one over here, Nvidia highlights. For every single person out there, you are going to keep this on disabled. Nvidia reflex low latency, you are going to disable this as well. Once you're done with that, you are going to apply it. Right, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump into the next step, which is Nvidia control panel. Right, ladies and gentlemen, the next step you're going to need to do is actually go inside the Nvidia control panel if you are an Nvidia user. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, there's a brand new driver out there, and the latest driver has different settings, and you're going to need to change these settings to get better performance inside your game if you are running a Nvidia graphics card. So you're going to right click on your desktop and go to Nvidia control panel. The first thing that you're going to need to do is go to where it says over here, adjust image settings with preview. You're going to say use the advanced 3D settings. After that, you're going to go to manage 3D settings and you're going to go here. Now there's a new thing with a new driver. So what you're going to need to do is where it says DSR factors, you're going to click on this and make sure that none of these boxes are ticked. So untick every single box that is ticked inside here and say OK. Now, as you can see where it says DSR smoothness, it has been turned off automatically. All right, so you're going to scroll all the way down, and where it says power management mode, I highly recommend you click on this over here. Just open it up and say prefer maximum performance. All right, once you're done with that, you're going to scroll all the way down, and where it says Open GL Rendering GPU, you're going to click on this and select the graphics card that you're currently running. So just select your graphics card and then scroll all the way down. All right, so where it says here, texture filtering quality, if you have a high-end gaming graphics card like the latest Nvidia graphics cards, you can keep this on quality or put it on high quality. If you have a mid-tier to low-tier gaming PC, I highly recommend you put this on high performance. Once you're done with that, you're going to scroll all the way down, and where it says Vsync or virtual sync, you're going to turn this off, and you're going to apply these settings. Right, ladies and gentlemen, if this worked for you, leave a like, leave a comment down below, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're new here, and as always, peace out.